1. Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio. All right. Welcome to Ringside Reporter Live, our special Thursday edition. And today we're going to talk about DAZN and Eddie Hearn and Sky. And B, what else are we going to talk about?
I
think that's it.
Pretty nice out. It's pretty nice outside. The weather's great.
It is nice. It's gorgeous.
Talk about
there. Nothing but rain here.
Pretty nice outside. Oh shit!
What are you doing?
Jesus Christ!
Public access cable or something
Eric,
like that.
Eric, stay on top of stuff, Eric, please.
like we're you remember back in the day when you used to watch TV and it used to be like you used to put foil on the antenna and stuff. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's what this is like. You know, we have to put foil on the antenna. We have to tape it a certain way and just stand there. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's talk about this video, man. So 2 videos. I sent you another one. Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I didn't have time. I got stuff going on. You know?
Oh, you're busy.
I'm busy. Chalk. Eric Chalk Lord says here. You spelled it wrong. It's Champ. C-H-A-M-P. Words are hard. All right, so Eddie Hearn, I guess it was a seconds out video, and they were interviewing who was the guy? What's his name from Sky? The president of Sky. Do you remember his name?
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith. That's who it was. It just escapes me. Okay, so they're talking to Adam Smith and about the Eddie Hearn deal, and they're asking him. They're saying that the big fighters like Callum Smith, Anthony Joshua, they're all coming over to the U.S. and moreover, they're going to be fighting on DAZN. And Sky isn't that much of a priority anymore, but I think that's wrong though. I think Sky is still a priority and, but I think they have to be patient too, because he's trying to build 2 networks, and if you look at the PBC, it's kind of the same thing going on there right now. They're trying to build Fox, and Showtime is actually suffering a little bit. And all the big fighters are going to want to fight on Fox because it's network TV. People can see them and all that other stuff.
Bigger platform.
On Showtime, it's the same. It's not. They're in the same position really as Sky is. I think for a big part of this. So I think it's kind of much ado about nothing. I can see his point. Obviously, I can see his point. Adam Smith's point from Sky that they want the big fights on there and everything like that. But I mean, it's it kind of goes in cycles. It's always going to go in cycles. They want to get their fighters exposed on U.S. soil, which I don't blame them. That's the way they're going to make the most money. And I mean, this is business, man. This is business, and I think that quite honestly, I think the video was kind of misleading. Because he said, and he even said in the video, he said that. You can prioritize. He said, you should ask Eddie Hearn about the prioritizing and stuff like that. I mean, that'd be more of a question for him. What's your take on it? I mean, do you think that he's shorting Sky at all, or not doing right by them, or?
Well, you could tell Adam Smith is a little bit concerned. I mean, him and Eddie spoke about it. So it's not like the fights aren't going to be on Sky. I mean, they're still going to be broadcast on Sky regardless. So it's not like they're actually losing the event. It's the big thing is the time slots. Now, most UK fans don't really care about the time. I mean, they're a phenomenal fan base. Well, I take my hat off to the UK fan base. When I go to the UK and I spend the summers there, they're a great group of people. They're very friendly and everything. So
very nice flat there.
I have a very nice flat in Manchester, so people treat me well over there. They're the nicest people you're ever going to meet. But I think Adam Smith is concerned about the time slot a little bit though, because obviously Sky has prime time slots that they want to fill with boxing too, and I'm sure they don't want to do it with just Cheeseman. So
with Cheeseman.
He's not exactly. He's not.
They're not quality fighters.
They're not exactly Callum Smith and Dillian White.
They're not the guys you want to tune in to see.
Yeah. So I guess Dillian White is coming back soon, and he's going to be on a UK card. So he's going to be headlining supposedly in the UK. But again, Eddie mentioned in his interview that, if Sky wants these fights, he says they're going to have to come up with more money, and he says I don't think they can. That's why Callum Smith wants to come over and fight in the US too, because that's where the money is. I mean, he wants to. Eddie said, quote unquote, these guys want to make what everyone else is making, and they can't do that if they fight in the UK. Those are Eddie's words. So Sky's definitely going to take a hit here. I mean, they're going to get the shows, but they're not going to get them in primetime slots. So is that going to affect Sky's subscription rate? Is that going to affect, I'm sure it's going to affect viewership. Their ratings are going to go down. So I don't know. I mean, they talk about Showtime being in trouble, but I don't know. What is Eddie going to be doing with Sky? Because he seems very non-committal when he's asked questions about Sky. They ask him, are you concerned about making Sky happy? And he turns around and says, well, Sky should be concerned about making me happy. I mean, these are all Eddie Hearn's words. This has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So
yeah, well, I mean, look, I mean, right now he's got the hot commodity with DAZN. All of his fighters are, heading that way, or at least a majority of them are heading that way. And that's the network that's paying him right now. And not that Sky's not, and not that, but Sky is still getting the fights. Sean Newton in the chat just said that they said they get all the United States fights for free, which I believe they do.
Who gets the United States fights for free?
UK. Emmanuel Moreno, thank you so much, buddy. Hey, and just real quick, let me interject this real quick. Our super chat is back online. We were monetized today. We were knighted by YouTube, and thank you, YouTube. But our super chat is back up. Hint, hint. And thank you, Emmanuel Moreno. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
I mean, Eric does a good job. Even if you hate me, you can still donate to the super chat. I mean, Eric's here.
Yeah, right. What am I, chopped liver? I
mean, Eric's here. Eric's here.
What about me?
I mean, I don't know why you guys are so upset. I mean, everything that we're talking about now. Again, let's go down the list of things we're talking about. Are all of the UK fighters fighting in the US now in the next couple months? And with the exception of Cheeseman, I don't know who else. Who else is that? I'm using his name because he's the only guy I know that's going to be fighting in the UK in the next couple of months that I know of.
Well, who else? There's a big card this weekend there, and they were really happy. Sky was really happy about that. Let me see if I can find that here.
I mean, what
March Madness?
Why are people so defensive for Eddie? Eddie, why are you worried about Eddie? He's making money off DAZN. He's getting paid by DAZN. Don't worry. I'm not criticizing Eddie. Buatsi.
Find this here.
White's going to be on a UK card. I already mentioned that. White's going to be on Sky, but he's going to be on Sky pay-per-view.
I think it's Charlie Edwards and somebody else. I can't remember.
No,
you got a billion things on my mind here.
I was told Sky, the guy from Ireland. The guy from Ireland told me that Sky costs $45 a month. That's what he said. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm sorry. Go
which
ahead.
One? Which one is it? How much does the Sky channel cost in the UK?
$45 or $50.
I heard it was $45. That's what I told.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Cheeseman. I don't know.
Here we go. The March 23rd card in London that's going to be on DAZN, and it's also going to be on Sky. And the guy, Adam Smith, was very excited about this one. Title fight, Charlie Edwards versus Angel Moreno. 12 rounds for Edwards, WBC flyweight title. Joshua Buatsi versus Liam Conroy for the vacant British heavyweight title. Lawrence Okoli versus Wadi Camacho for Okoli's British and Camacho's Commonwealth titles. Lewis Ritson on the undercard. Jason Quigley on the undercard. That's a pretty stacked card in the sense that they're good names. Now, I don't know how well, like I said, the Buatsi could be a run over. The Okoli could be a run over. Lewis Ritson looks to me like a bounce back fight, but I'm not 100% sure. Good. I mean, but it's a good card, and that's what a lot of times what they'll do is they do give it like a they do put big names on that card. Sometimes they are, mismatches, but they definitely put bigger names on that card, which was nice. So, yeah, there you go. But let's talk about, too, and I know you touched on it earlier, DAZN is raising their rates. DAZN, well, he just said, Sparks Fly just said it was $19.99.
That's for pay-per-view. That's for pay-per-view.
Oh, that's for pay-per-view. Okay, I apologize. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about DAZN, and since we're on that topic, so DAZN is actually raising their prices. There was a memo put out today that I saw Lance Pugmire put out first, and then a bunch of people retweeted it. I don't know where he got it from, but it just is. So Lance Pugmire retweeted this, saying that DAZN will go up from $9.99 to $19.99. Now, the good part, the silver lining in this cloud, okay, is that basically if you already have DAZN, you're going to continue to pay $9.99 for it until next year. I believe it's March or May of next year, something like that. And then after that, it'll jump up to $20, $19.99 a month. Now, there is a special thing where you can pay $99 for the full year, which roughly equates to around $8 per month.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Be done with it. That's a great deal. I mean, that's a really good deal. Yeah, I mean, you'd be, silly not to do that. Just pay the $100 one time, get it out of the way, and then it's, like I said, I mean, that equates to around $8 a month. You have it for the entire year. That, to me, is a really, really good deal. And I know, Reese Mack just said it's $833 a month. I mean,
no, it's $825. It's not $833.
$825, well, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great deal. I really do. I don't, anybody who dumps on that, I mean, that's crazy.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I know people are going to start going bananas. They're going to go bananas, but again, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. So there's going to be some people that are going to say, well, what if I only want to buy DAZN on the months that I like the fights that they have on for that particular month, and I don't want to buy the whole year. I only want to buy it like for a Canelo fight or for a Joshua fight, but I don't want to buy it for the rest of the year. Now, granted, it's still only $20. It's still less than a pay-per-view fight. Don't get me wrong. But there's where people kind of lose out a little bit, no?
What do you mean, if they pay $20 a month for it?
No, but say I don't want to pay for it I don't want to have a yearly subscription. I only want to purchase it on the months that I like the fights in. And if I don't like the fights on a particular month, I don't want to pay for it. Remember how I said I was going to do that with ESPN Plus? Yeah. Then I ended up just getting ESPN Plus for the whole year, and I said, to the hell with it.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's just like, to me, this is just like, like Costco or Sam's.
Thank you, Aaron Daly. Thank you.
Aaron Daly, you're the man. Thank you so much.
We need the super chats back, man.
I'm donating for the co-host, Jason.
No, they took it. They took our money away for a month and a half over. It wasn't even our fault. It wasn't even our fault. That's why I'm so salty right now, guys.
Thank you so much, Aaron Daly. Yeah, so it's just like going to Costco, I think. Costco or Sam's Club or whatever, when you buy things in bulk, you get them cheaper. And what's the difference here? And by the way, baby, it is $833. I just divided it, and Reese Mack just did the same. So doesn't matter.
I'm doing $99. It's $99, not $100. It's $99.
No, we're both right. All right, there we go.
It's $99. It's not $100. It's $99.
I'll take both of your words for it.
It's $99 a month, not $100.
Okay.
Please. We want every cent. We want every cent we can get here. We don't want to pay it.
Industries are so successful, guys.
We watch the books here. 99 divided by 12. It's $825.
That's
Please.
Right. So yeah, man. It's just like that. And you're saying, well, what if I want to buy a fight for $20 and then you buy the fight for $20 and then maybe you spend $60 instead of $100. But with $100, you could have got the entire year. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And Jason in the chat just said, well, what good fights are on DAZN? They only have two good fights a year. Well, you're 100% wrong. They've got the World Boxing Super Series. Anthony Joshua fights on there. All of the Matchroom guys are going to fight on there. Those are all good fights. The World Boxing Super Series alone pays for that. Is worth it. It really is. I mean, that's now next year. Will they have that? No, probably not, because I think this is going to be the last dance with the World Super Series. But that being said, that's 90% of the reason I got DAZN to watch that. You cannot beat the World Boxing. That's the best thing going in boxing right now today, because you're guaranteed matchups. Okay. So yeah, they give you a lot of stuff. You do. We watch DAZN, man. It just is. Why
are we still trying to find out whose fault it is that the fight's not happening? We've already been through this before. We've seen this time and time again. Both sides want what they want. It's called negotiating. It's nobody's fault. Nobody's afraid of nobody. Both sides want what they feel they should get. So that's why we're at this point right now.
Right, and Jason in the chat just says Wilder's on national TV. Showtime is not national TV. I can't say it any plainer than that. Showtime is not national TV.
I honestly think it was a mistake going back to Showtime. I thought he should have went to Fox.
I thought he should have took the $100 million and went to DAZN. But hey, what do I know? Well, that's the other thing too, is that and that's what Steven Espinoza was interviewed earlier on, and they were asking him about this stuff, and he was talking about the Wilder contract and everything, not number-wise or whatever, but just saying, Wilder valued his independence and everything like that. But they were asking him the same thing about PBC and Fox. And they say that you're kind of caught in the middle here because, and just like the Sky deal, where he was, basically, like I said, man, he's on the, they're trying to build up Fox now. So a lot of their big fighters are going to Fox. Some of them, they're going to try to make big fights on Showtime too, but a lot of those big fights are going to Fox, and because they're trying to build up that Fox brand. E.M. Serrano, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, man.
Thank you
very much, man.
Notorious VC, he's not going to super chat us anymore like he used to, because he doesn't like the Beeb. Because the Beeb, he disagrees with the Beeb. Beeb's giving him facts, but he don't want to listen. That's horrible.
Come on.
Notorious VC is cool with you if you're on the same side as him.
Maybe he just maybe he's just not donating tonight. Just relax, man. He'll donate again.
He used to be our biggest donator. Now because I'm spitting facts and he wants.
Stop shaking him down.
Now he's mad. He's mad because I said something bad about Eddie Hearn. I didn't know he had it. He liked Eddie Hearn so much. I'm sorry.
Oh, stop it.
I love Eddie Hearn, man. He's giving me all the fights for $2. I love him.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to the phones here, man. Let's go to 718. 718. I think that's New York.
That's New York, man. That's New York. That's New York.
Is that New York? That's that's right by Boston.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Hello.
718. You're live.
Yeah, how you doing?
Suleimani!
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? Yeah, man. I think we got a couple of live dogs here, man. They're gonna be fighting for against these titleists. One Big Baby Miller. He's gonna be fighting Anthony Joshua, and then you got Dominic Brazil, a big opponent who has had several upsets before. And this guy, he's getting older. People say he has a padded record. Okay, so he's fighting an opponent that's fought for a world title before, and he has improved. Dominic Brazil has improved after he fought AJ. So how about he creates an upset? Will he push for unification? That's the question. How about if Baby Miller creates an upset against AJ, catching him by night? Will he push for unification? That's the question, because these two guys have been contenders for a while. And everybody's overlooking that. Everybody's talking about money, but they're overlooking the contenders that are fighting for the championships. These two guys were matched hard. AJ fought Povetkin. Povetkin tagged him a couple of times. He prevailed, but it could accumulate wear and tear. And then when he fought Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury 2 times in a row. I mean, one after the other, 2 top contenders. Now he's going to fight Dominic Breazeale, his #1 contender for a while. So, break down that fight for me, man. Break down that fight, Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder.
Well, here's the thing about Dominic Breazeale. Definitely a great boxer from the outside. He's got the range and everything. But the problem with him is after he throws his punches, does it all the time, brings them back down below his waist. Never keeps his hands up high enough. Gets tagged a lot. Even in fights that he was winning. If you look at that Amir Mansour fight and that Fred Cassie fight, he was getting busted up a lot in those fights. And credit to him for pulling. He was fighting top tier opponents, though. He was on his come up. Hey, listen, I'm not going to say Dominic Breazeale is a substandard fighter by any means. He's a legitimate top 10 fighter. He's probably in the bottom end of the top 10. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is he just gets hit too much, and if you get hit a lot, you're in the wrong fight if you get hit a lot if you're going to fight Deontay Wilder. That's all I'm saying. I don't see this fight being competitive at all. I just think because the way to beat Deontay Wilder is you got to move a lot, and Dominic Breazeale is not a guy who's going to move. He's going to kind of move in straight lines. He's going to come forward. He is going to fight from a distance. He is going to try and create a space, but the problem is he's not going to be real sophisticated about it. He's not a slick guy. He's not a guy who moves very well. He's not a guy who's great defensively. He gets touched. And
okay. I don't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But these two guys are big. Dominic Breazeale is big, man. He's like 6'7", 6. He's
very
opponent
very big
for Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the wear and tear, that Deontay's been getting, he's been fighting. He's been a champion for a while, man. He's defending his title for a while. So you think that's gonna affect him in this fight? He's fighting a big opponent, hungry. The guy's mad hungry.
Well, here's the thing about Deontay Wilder. I mean, he does lose rounds. He gives away early rounds. So, is there a chance that Breazeale can make this interesting for a few rounds? Yes. But let me ask you this. A guy that has gotten hit a lot by lesser punchers, and Amir Mansour really rocked him. Like you see Amir Mansour busted up his face. He rocked him. Now, do you think a guy like Deontay Wilder is not going to be able to get to him with that right hand at all in this fight? That's the thing. I with all due respect, Suleiman, I can't find a conceivable way to pick this. I can't find a way that this guy wins. I really can't. I don't think he's going to stay away for. I don't think he's not going to get hit with that right hand for 12. I don't think he's going to be able to avoid that right hand for all 12 rounds. Go ahead.
Now to go to the UK champ, he's going to fight Baby Miller, a huge opponent, gigantic opponent.
Yeah.
Who's also hungry and is unbeaten. So can he pull an upset? I mean, these guys is huge. This guy, he's a monster. So, and he's real hungry. I mean, he gets hit a lot by opponents, but also AJ looks flat. He's been hit a lot. Also, he might have wear and tear. Can he surprise the world? Can Big Baby Miller surprise the world? And will he push for unification? Will he pursue? You know what I'm saying?
He has a shot. He has a shot. He definitely has a shot, Big Baby Miller. What am I going to pick him? If I could get great odds on, like if I could get like 4-1 odds on Big Baby Miller, would I make a small play on him? Yeah, I would. But Joshua is definitely the favorite here. He's definitely the favorite here. The thing about Big Baby Miller is he does move well. He does put his hands together very well. He goes to the body. He has a very versatile attack.
He throws a lot of punches.
Fights at a fast pace. No, I got to favor Joshua. Don't get me wrong, but he has a shot. Miller can make this fight interesting.
He was the first guy to defeat Gerald Washington, right? So if he starts smothering Anthony Joshua with that smothering style that he does, and he has a big chest, he puts his big chest on you, he might pull an upset, man.
Well,
these two guys are match hard. They're not being matched.
All you got to do is look at that Carlos Takam. All you got to do is look at that Carlos Takam fight, where you had Carlos Takam get inside on Anthony Joshua. He made it. Joshua won that fight clearly. Don't get me wrong, but he had to work in all of those rounds. Now you got a guy who fights inside similarly, but he's bigger, he's heavier, and he's got quicker hands than Carlos Takam. So I think on the inside, I think Big Baby Miller can give Joshua a little bit of problems. That's all.
Yo, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for your opinions on the fights, man. And you have a great show, man. Thank you for giving me your time, boss. Thank you. You have
so much. Sir, I appreciate it.
I ain't getting roped into a pie bet for this one.
Come on.
I'm tired of giving Eric 4 and 5 to 1 favorites. Then he walks around with his chest pumped up like he's the man.
Saying Miller's got a big chance here. You're the one. Hey, you're the one. I'll take some odds on him. Come on.
All right, so
don't be scared, homie.
That means you would have to smash 10 pies in your face if I won. Then how's that?
It's fine.
You want to give me
do it? You know, I'll take that bet.
I like Peterson over Lipinets. I think Peterson's faster. Yeah. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you so much, Corey Lee. Thank you.
I think Peterson's faster. I think he's got a better jab. And also, I think Peterson can fight on the inside and on the outside. So I think he could do more. Lipinets fights one way, coming forward and throwing straight punches. I think that Peterson can get inside and he throws those looping hooks to the body and short hooks upstairs to the head. I like Peterson.
You know what though? I would take Lipinets in this. And I tell you, wasn't Peterson I wonder how much he's got left after his last fight. You know what I mean?
Peterson's great though. Didn't you think Peterson beat Danny Garcia in that fight?
I did. I
thought he's a good boxer.
I did, but I'm wondering how much he's got left now. I don't know.
Sometimes he gets in the phone booth with you, and other times, he fights great on the outside. He's a good fighter, man.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there's no question about it. But again, how much does he have left? I don't know.
Why you think Spence ruined him?
I think it's real possible.
Well, after the Matisse fight, he came back and put on that great performance with Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he did.
And I thought he won.
Bad blood between him and Garcia, though. Circling back to that Miller fight for a minute, the Joshua Miller fight. Let me tell you what, man, that's not an easy fight.
It's not an easy fight.
I don't think that's an easy fight at all.
I don't think it's an easy fight either. Joshua. It's a much tougher fight than Deontay Wilder has.
Oh, for sure. And the other part that you got to think about, him in New York City, he's going to be sky high for this fight.
Yeah, man.
And you think about, for a second, you remember Bryant Jennings and Vladimir Klitschko?
Yeah, man.
That fight and how good that fight was. I mean, Bryant Jennings was expected to get knocked out in 4 rounds, and he put up a fight, man.
I thought he did. I had him losing 8 rounds to 4, but
I think that was I think that's what the judges had it too, but that was he put up a dog fight, man. He was not going down, without a fight, man. So
Sonia Dumas is saying the same thing you're saying, that Peterson's got some miles on him. He's got a lot of wear and tear. Mm-hmm. And he showed it in the Spence fight.
Now,
I mean, you guys got a good point. I mean, Peterson may come out in that fight, and he may not be the same, because Spence did something that no one else. Like, the thing about what Matisse did is he got him out of there quick. He landed like 2 big shots and put him out, kinda. Spence beat him up for 7 rounds, beat him up.
Yeah,
that's a career. Yeah, that's a career-changing fight sometimes. So I don't know, because Kell Brook was never the same after that Golovkin fight.
No, and that's my thing. Is it wasn't this was a systematic breakdown.
Yeah, so this may not be the old Peterson that we know and love.
Right.
You're right.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking with Lipinets. And Lipinets can hit you. He can hit you hard, and he can grind it out, man. So that'll be tough, man. That's a good fight. That's not a give me fight at all. for either guy. And it'll be interesting. Like I said, I mean, if Peterson wins that fight, then you got to think that he's right there back in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, with Thurman and all those other guys, you know, now whether, you know, obviously we don't want to see him against Spence again, but he's got some big, you know, he's got some money coming his way if he can win this fight. If
now, guys,
you know, I don't know.
So you're picking Lipinets, right?
I am.
So, you know, now watch this. This is like a 50-50 fight. You think the Chalk would make a pie bet on this one? Of course not. Of course the Chalk wouldn't. He only takes bets that when he's a 4-1 favorite.
I only take bets I win. That's the champ, son.
You are the Floyd Mayweather.
That's the champ, son.
Of Ringside Reporter.
You're calling me the TBE of Ringside Reporter? I'll take that. I'm the TBE of Ringside Reporter.
Now,
you're right. You're 100%. You know what? I agree with you.
I'm picking Peterson. He's picking Lipinets. Yeah. But he knows it. He knows the fight could go either way. Yeah. But he's still picking Lipinets, but he would never do a pie bet on it.
I'm the champ.
You're going to get stripped because of that. You're getting stripped.
You don't have the authority to strip me of the title.
I'm appealing to the commission. You're going to get stripped.
It's going to go to the top of Beam Industries, and we'll see what happens.
Me and Georgie, we're going to have a meeting with the commission, and we're going to get you stripped.
Yeah, there's a meeting of the minds right there, let me tell you.
Telling you right now. Eric Chalk Lorda.
Champ. It's Champ Lorda.
No, it's Chalk.
Big difference.
Cut it out. I think Peterson's a better boxer. I think he moves better.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, when he's on his game, listen, man, when Peterson is on his game, he's one of the best boxers out there.
Yeah, he moves well.
You know, and you talk about like with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is just a different animal. He's just a different animal. You know, you can't compare the two. I mean, Errol Spence is the guy, man. What about Jamonte Clark on that undercard? So this weekend, March 24th, we got Lamont Peterson, Sergey Lipinets, welterweights, and then Jamonte Clark on the undercard against Vernon Brown, 10 rounds junior middleweights. Now, will this is another question I have. Will this be on, this is on Fox Deportes and FS1. I wonder if they'll show like the entire, this is what irritates me, man. I want to see the entire card. This is what I love about DAZN and the apps. They will show you the entire card.
Well, doesn't Fox show them on the Fox Sports 1 or is Peterson Lipinets on Fox Sports 1?
They're on Fox Sports 1. Yeah, it's on Fox FS1.
So sometimes what they do is they allow you to watch the undercard like on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah,
they did that.
That's what I'm hoping.
They allow you to watch, so you can probably be able to watch the undercard on YouTube.
Yeah.
And shout out to DAZN because they allowed people to watch that Lundy fight on YouTube.
Yes.
Because people were complaining, why can't we watch the Lundy fight? And they put it on YouTube. So shout out to DAZN for doing that.
Notorious VC, you're 100% right. Eric utilizes good matchmaking for his bets. Hey, why would you bet if you don't think you're going to win? Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm a winner. That's what I do. That's the way it goes down, baby.
Are you guys listening to this?
Sakio Bika is on that undercard. I can't believe he's still fighting.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Dude.
That is nuts. I'm so glad I'm in such a good mood, man. We got the Super Chat back. I love the Super Chat.
I think the Super Chat's awesome.
Smash that smash that chat button. I mean like button. Like button. Smash that like button. Smash that Super Chat button. Like button. Smack that Super Chat button.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
Hit that Super Chat. Like button.
Oh my goodness, man. My goodness. Let's see who else is on this card here. And who's told me Gary Russell's coming back against let me see. Chakal told me this. I won't be able to find him. Watch. There you go. There it is. All right. He said that Gary Russell's coming back. Let me see who he's coming back against. Triple G. The rumor is Triple G. His first fight on DAZN will be against Brandon Adams.
Yeah, and he was making fun of that fight too. What does Chakal think after fighting Canelo back to back? He's gonna fight a tough fight.
I gotta be honest, man. Maybe I know I'm in a minority here. I don't hate that fight.
No, he deserves. He deserves an easier fight.
Well, Adams is. I mean, it's not like Adams sucks. Adams a good fighter, friend of the show, by the way.
Brandon Adams, he's okay. I mean, he's not going to win.
How dare you? He's a friend of the show, Beeb. Show some respect.
Take a pie bet. You pick him. I'll take Golovkin.
No.
Of course not, Chalk. Of course not, Chalk.
Wouldn't it be funny if we found out like Chalk was like French for champ or something like that, or like like a different language that meant champ?
Cut it out, please.
Wouldn't that be
Don't
awesome?
even stop reaching.
How dare you?
Stop reaching, please. Enough.
It's Brandon Adams, not Brian Adams. Brian Adams is a singer.
Yeah, it's Brandon Adams.
Yeah, Brandon Adams. Did I say Brian?
I think it said Brandon.
Yeah, I thought it was Brandon. Friend of the show. Eric, take a risk and choose Adams. Nah, I'm good. Oh, Adonis Steven. He's got a family. What's the matter with you, Dwayne M? How dare you? Making fun of Adonis Stevenson.
He's not.
I guess he's making fun of me.
Make fun of you.
Area code 312. Area code 312, you're live.
Fight Doctor is in the house on Rick James status.
Fight Doctor. What's up, baby?
Are you excited about this DAZN subscription? You signed up yet?
He's already signed up.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's happening, man?
Oh, well, I already got my free month. I got my free month already.
Oh, you got it? So what's the consensus? You like DAZN?
I got my free month.
Do you like it?
I mean, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, it was cool when it was $10 a month because it's like, okay, Showtime, HBO, them joints are $10 a month, so you can make a reasonable case to get DAZN. But now, okay, you want $20 a month, and I'm thinking like, okay. So before HBO went out of the boxing business, $20 a month brought me pretty decent boxing programming on 2 premium stations, okay? So now you're asking me for the same money that I was paying when HBO was in the boxing business and I had the option of watching both HBO and Showtime sometimes on the same night, okay? You're asking me to give you the same amount that it costs for HBO and Showtime when basically you only have 3 fighters signed to your network. The only people who are going to fight on your network that I really care to see are Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, and the Triple Duck. And the Triple Duck is fighting a tomato can in his next fight. So why should I give you $20 a month?
Now, what do you think about?
He was doing the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, what do you think about this?
At the end of the day,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask you, what do you think about they're saying that you could put up $99 and you get the whole year, and then you end up paying $8.25 a month if you pay the whole year up front? What do you think about that? $99.
Well, okay, so if I give you $100, which is probably not refundable, now I'm like, okay, I'm at your mercy. So you can throw me Bum Lovkin Triple Duck versus the bum of the month for the next year, and guess what? I have to eat that shit. Okay? Whereas with HBO Showtime, I can cancel that subscription whenever I get ready. In fact, I need to call Comcast so I can cancel HBO.
How much is HBO a month?
Yeah, I don't like the idea.
It's like $15 a month.
$10 a month.
Oh, it's $10? Okay.
No, HBO. Yeah, I think it's like $10 a month. You can order a la carte on Comcast, and it's $10 a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if you order like Showtime with that, doesn't Showtime go up to like 12?
Eric, we have way better bundles. We have awesome bundles at Comcast.
Yeah, I think Showtime is like $10 a month. Yeah, Beef has the double play. I have the triple play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get a better deal than Beef does. And,
do you get Netflix in your subscription? You get Netflix?
No. I don't have Netflix.
I got Netflix in my bundle, baby. Can't beat that.
Well, listen, I got 150 megabits. I got 150 megabit internet. So
do I.
Okay.
So do
I got you beat.
Look at you guys balling, boy.
My internet's freaking 200, man. Sometimes I got the blast.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got the blast. That shit is. It's the joint for real. It's like the next best thing to fiber. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea of having to give you $100 and then I'm at your mercy. Yeah, I don't like that.
That's what I'm saying.
What if I want to cancel?
If you want to cancel 1 month, what happens?
But if you pay the $100, it's $8 a month.
I know.
Yeah, look, okay, I'm fine with $8 a month, but I like options. You know, maybe I want to cancel you. Maybe I don't like your programming. Maybe I don't like the idea of you feeding me, you know, triple duck versus some tomato can every time I turn on your maybe I don't like your quality of your picture quality. I was watching the DAZN fight. What was the last fight that came on DAZN? The last big fight that came on DAZN. I'm trying to recall what was that?
I don't remember what it was too. Oh shoot!
I don't remember.
No, it was the Anthony Yard fight.
Yeah.
He was on that card. Anthony Yard was on the card, and then there was someone else. I forget who it was. But in any event, I'm at my cousin's house watching DAZN, and like when we were watching the preliminary fights, the picture was like crystal clear. It looked like HD quality. But as the night progressed, the picture quality got worse and worse and worse. And it's not the first time I've experienced like bad picture quality watching a DAZN broadcast.
Yeah, it happens. Goes in and out sometimes. I think
you want me to give you.
I think when there's too many people on this. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dave. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, as I say, I think the problem with DAZN sometimes too is when there's too many people on, the bandwidth can't hold it. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I agree. Okay, so whatever their device that they use for transmitting is apparently not up to task, and now you want either $20 a month or $100 up front, and your broadcast picture quality in my experience thus far has been shit. So yeah, I mean no, hell no, miss me with that bullshit. $10 okay. $10 a month when I can just come and go as I please, okay, I can see that. But $20, I don't know, man. I mean, really, I don't know. Yeah, maybe like I'll give you $20 for, those fights that I really, really, really want to see. But like maybe like for Canelo Jacobs, yeah, maybe I just wait till it's on the BitTorrent sites and download it and just watch it for free. Take that $20 and go, and go buy dinner or whatever. Okay. Go buy a $20 sack, something like that, okay? So I don't know, man. It's just, and then I mean, like, I kind of saw this coming. Like, it's like give away the crack for free, and then when I get you hooked, okay, now I'm going to start charging. So that's essentially what's happening here. Okay, they're trying to get everyone hooked. Everyone hooked on what has so far been, I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been stellar. I mean, have they really broadcast a fight that's really been like pay-per-view worthy? No, not really. Not that I could think of. I mean, unless I'm forgetting something. But, and now you can say, yeah, well, Canelo Alvarez, Danny Jacobs is a pay-per-view worthy fight, and I would agree. It is. But so far, I mean, you're 5-6 months in, that's the only thing. I mean, by the time that Danny Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez fight comes off, how long will they have been in the game? I mean, it'll be going on like 7, 8, 9 months, and this is the only pay-per-view worthy fight you've been able to broadcast so far. So when is the next time? Will we have to wait another 7, 8, 9 months? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know about DAZN. I mean, right now, I don't know. I'm damn sure not gonna get them sons of bitches $100. No, Maybe I'd give him 20 for the Danny Jacobs.
Do you like the World Boxing Super Series?
I mean, yeah, I do, but at the end of the day, question is, do I like it enough where I'm going to give them $20 a month or $100 a year? I don't know. You know, I really don't know.
Fair.
He likes his freedom.
I mean,
likes his freedom. Like Wilder, he likes his freedom.
That's what I was thinking too.
Listen, at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford fights on ESPN, and that shit is for free. Okay?
Well, no, he's fighting Amir Khan.
That shit is for free.
He's fighting Amir Khan on pay-per-view.
Right. He's fighting Amir Khan on ESPN. Oh, well, you know what? I guess I have to take that back. That's a pay-per-view fight, isn't it?
That's the pay-per-view fight, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's the ESPN. That's the ESPN. Or is that ESPN Plus?
No, it's pay-per-view.
ESPN pay-per-view, yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
Right?
Wow.
Exactly, man. And that's not a pay-per-view fight either. That's not.
No, it's not a pay-per-view fight. I'm not buying that shit. Wait. I thought that fight was supposed to be like on ESPN or ESPN Plus.
It should have been.
Should have been, but it's not. It's on.
Sure that's a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's a pay-per-view fight. No, for a fact, it is.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Sure is. Yeah, right.
Wow.
What a disgrace,
Bob Arum says, fuck you to the whole of the boxing community. Basically. He's saying fuck you to the boxing fans because there's no way in hell that is a pay-per-view worthy fight. What the fuck? He's been smoking too much weed. He's probably been smoking that extra special, like that, you know, that synthetic spliced together gene therapy weed. Okay, that's what he's been smoking. Because there's no fucking way in hell that Terrence Crawford versus Amir, I have not done shit ever in my career at 147 pounds con, is a pay-per-view worthy fight. It's just not. I mean, goddamn. I mean, honestly, man, what significant fight has Amir Khan won in the last 5 fucking years? Really? I'm racking my brain right now to think, when is the last time that man has won a significant fight? I can't think of anything. I mean, honestly. I mean, Marcos Maidana, that shit was like fucking 10 years ago. What has he done since? Really?
That's funny.
Wow. Unfucking believable. Everybody who runs the business of boxing is smoking crack, apparently. You know what? This shit is becoming depressing. I want to talk about the real business here, the real important business.
Go ahead.
Can we talk about the real important business here?
Speak, brother, speak.
All right. I want to talk about why the Fight Doctor does not have an intro.
That's a good point.
Why does the Fight Doctor not have an intro?
Put one together for him.
Very good point.
Put one together for him.
We're going to have to put one together for you.
Put one together
Absolutely.
for him.
In fact,
thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. And I will be sure that whenever I see you guys in person, and I guarantee one day I will, I owe you both a drink.
All right.
Definitely.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
And one last point that we have to address. Okay, B, you picked Garcia.
Oh no! I didn't know.
And he bet on it too.
I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know this was coming. Go ahead, hit me with it. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready.
So yeah, right. Yeah, you remember the E Crow days, don't you? Yeah. So listen. I think your boxing analyst / journalist card is about to get revoked, sir. It is. Okay.
Oh shit. All right.
I mean, listen. Look, Garcia is an excellent fighter. Okay, he is. However, I thought Stevie Wonder could have seen this one. Okay, seriously. All right. Yeah. No.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Listen. And so we'll let B contemplate the error of his ways. And gentlemen, I will leave you on that note.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Fight Doctor. Good call as always. Beeb, you're a sad sack for picking Mikey Garcia, and you knew better too.
Take it easy, Chalk.
You knew better.
Take it easy, Chalk.
You knew better.
I want to hear from you, Chalk.
Sucker. Look at you. Look at you. Head down. Look at
Corey
you.
Lee. It's Corey Lee's fault. He talked me into it.
Corey Lee. You listen to him?
He had me believing. He had me believing.
You listen to Corey Lee?
He had me believing.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? You deserve what you get.
It's all his fault. He had me believing. He had me believing.
Well, let me tell you what. Fight Doctor is 100% right in the fact that we owe him an intro. We got to put one together for him, and we'll definitely be working on that for sure. Because, yeah, we ought to intro him with the same music Golovkin comes out with. You know, who's the band that sings that? What's the name? 7 something. You know who I'm talking about?
I kind of do, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Seven Nation Army or something like that. I think they're called.
Yeah, but he won't like that. He won't like that.
He won't like
that.
No, he won't like that, will he? Oh my goodness. Where is 619 area? Oh, that's I think this is Chicall, maybe. I don't know.
That's California. That's
area
California.
code 619, San Diego. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, beef? What's going on ringside, man? It's Angel Santos. You know, actual facts.
Angel
hey,
Santos,
what's going on, my man? How you doing? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man.
All right now.
Yeah, man. It's my first time calling in, you know.
We appreciate
Thank you,
it,
man. I really appreciate it, man.
Man. Yeah, man, no doubt, man. I've been meaning to call in for a while, but I'm always busy. But yeah, man, you know, it's interesting, you know, with Eddie Hearn. Is he putting the zone first? And I think he is, and I think he should be. My thing is, you know, I think it was, you know, when I saw the email today with the, you know, I got an email from, because, you know, I'm subscribed to the zone, and it says, wow, you know, per month is going to be $20, but if you get the subscription, that makes sense. You know, and I think people are missing that the zone's only been around for less than, 9 months?
No, it's only been around for 5 months. 5 months.
In the U.S. In the U.S.
You know, less than 5 months in the U.S. And my thing is, you know, things take a little time, you know, just like how Amazon took its time, but now they're the big fish, right? They're on top, right? So this thing with the zone, I mean, it's going to grow, you know, and people, you know, you got detractors saying, well, they burning money left and right, and they, giving Canelo $365 million is absurd, and this, that, and the third. Look, my thing is, people keep saying the zone's going to run out of money. I'm here to tell you, and I've said it before yesterday on another channel, the zone is nowhere near running out of money. All right, let's just get that straight. All right, let's put that. That's getting put to bed. The zone has endless funds. All right, this is why they're throwing 365 to Canelo, 125 purported, allegedly for Deontay Wilder to sign on, but he didn't take it. You know, that's a drop in the bucket for them because they see the future, and you see the $99 subscription a year. It's following a new model to where me and you guys know that pay-per-view is dead. I've been knew pay-per-view is dead for the longest. You mean to tell me you're going to pay $15 or $12 for a subscription like a Showtime or $5 for ESPN Plus, but then they're still doing pay-per-view on top of that? Nah, get out of here. Canelo's fight with James Jacobs, is that going to be on DAZN? Is that going to be pay-per-view? That's not going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be on DAZN. You know what I mean? You see what I'm getting at? Pay-per-view is dead. These regular stations are dead. Did you see the look on Steven Espinosa's face and the relief he had in his face and his voice when he said Deontay Wilder's staying on? That was relief. Because if he would have left the zone, it would have been a wrap for Showtime. Okay? Showtime is going, I'm telling you, within the next shorter than 24 months, within the next 18 months, they're gonna try to sell this fucking Vladimir Klitschko and Wilder fight. No, I'm not gonna buy that. And Deontay Wilder's my man. You know, I'm a fan of that guy, but I'm not gonna pay for that fight. I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't even want to see that fight. I don't. I really don't. Do you? Do you want to see that fight?
No, I'm not really intrigued by it.
I don't think so.
I'm not intrigued by it. I'll be honest.
I'm not. Nobody. I don't think. Nobody's intrigued by it. I'm not really impressed if he knocks him out. I don't want to see him fighting a guy that hasn't fought in more than 3 years.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, I just don't.
I hear you, bro.
You know, I don't want to see him fight a Dominic Brazil. I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to continue my subscription with Showtime to even see that fight. I want to see him fight. I want to see unifications. I want to see undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. A few months ago, he offered $50 million. They didn't take it. Now they're offering him almost allegedly $120 million. You're gonna scoff that off? You're gonna just throw that away like some schlep? Come on, man. Come on. That's just craziness. But this thing about people saying the zone's going to run out of money, look, boys and girls, the zone's not going to run out of money. Who's the parent company to the zone?
Perform Group.
Who's the parent company?
Perform Group.
It's Perform Group, right?
Correct.
And they're a subsidy. They're a subsidy to Access Industries.
Yeah, they're huge, man.
Okay, if you don't know what Access Industries is, that is a conglomerate. Okay, that is a conglomerate of top Fortune 400 industrial companies from around the globe. It's an American company, and it's a top company, a conglomerate. The Zone Perform Group is not going to run out of money anytime soon because it's alleged, combined theoretical assets that conglomerate has. It's well above $4 trillion. Yeah. And I do financial analysis for a living. All right? So, I know what I'm talking about. I did my research. Before, I was one of those detractors before. It was like, the Zone, Beast Nuts, and all this shit. I want to badmouth them, but, I had to put my foot in my mouth. And I can't call Eddie Hearn Eddie Worm anymore. I got to call him Eddie Earn because he earns his fighters more pay. He's getting you the fights. He's making his fighters fight more often. Am I lying?
He's doing a good job with this DAZN deal. He's doing a good job with this DAZN. Hooking up with DAZN was a good move, man, because he's got some good dates coming up now.
You got some good dates. Oscar's doing the same thing, and now DAZN's going to get Devin Haney, apparently, and I think that his deal is going to be a big one too.
Yeah, man.
These guys are given these boxes of name and of potential money that you see Major League Baseball players with. The Trouts, getting, 12-year deals, $425 million. You got recently Wilder turning down 3 to 4 fights for $120 million. I don't know about you or me, but looking at the baseball guy doing a 12-year deal, having 166 games a year, and having a boxer that fights 3 to 4 fights for probably a third of that, I think that's a lot of damn money per hours of work, is it not? Right? I'm not the smartest guy in the world, I do accounting and all that, Count money, I count funds, but I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
All right.
That's all I got, man. That's
right,
what I want to leave the leave your subs with. Just think about that. Think about the future, man. Pay-per-view's dead. These networks are, they're scrambling. They're getting their little apps on, but you got an app that's providing you these top-notch fights, undisputed fights, and you're only going to pay $99 a year. What you do for an Amazon subscription,
Yeah.
And you're not going to pay for a pay-per-view. A big fight, you're not going to pay a pay-per-view number. It's just going to say stay the same. That's it, man. That's all I got.
All
right, man.
Thanks
for calling in, man. We appreciate it, man. He brings up an interesting point, and the point, what I do disagree with is that he said pay-per-view is dead. So as much as I'd like to agree with him on that point, I do think he's wrong. And just evidence of that is this past weekend with the Spence Garcia fight, 400. What was it? It was 350 trending toward 400,000.
They're saying 400K, man.
Yeah, and I don't know that any solid numbers have went out, but they say that's what it's trending for and everything like that. That's a good number. That's a solid number. That's very good stuff. Is it Canelo Triple G? No. But it's still very good. It's still trending in the direction that I don't want it to trend to. Because I like him. I wish pay-per-view was dead. You know what I mean? I don't want to pay for any other fights. If we have to go subscription-based and everything, that's fine. I just don't want to pay $80 for a fight, especially a fight with the card that we saw the other day that was terrible. That undercard was awful. That, and everybody's going to point to, what about the Triple G Canelo undercard? Yeah, that wasn't much better either. I give it to you. It was exciting. And the cards were exciting in the sense that they had knockouts and everything like that. But, Jason, you need to put your listening ears on because I did not say it was dead stupid. But just going back to what I said, man.
No, he's talking about the caller. He's talking about the caller. He didn't talk about you.
All right, well, either way, he's dumb. I don't like him.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Okay. Yeah. So, man, I wish pay-per-view was dead. Honestly, I mean, do you want to pay $80 for a fight? I mean, let's put it down to brass tacks. Would you rather pay $8 a month or $100 a year to watch a lot of fights, good fights?
Here's my thing. It's only been 5 months, right? And they did raise the prices, right? What's going to happen in 5 months later? I mean, is this going to continue to be a case where they're going to continue to raise the prices? And not only that, are they going to eventually do what ESPN Plus did? Are they going to make you pay pay-per-view for certain events over time? That's what I'm concerned. That's what I'm concerned about because we're already 5 months in and they're already raising the price. Now, again, what's going to happen in the next 5 months? What's going to happen in a year? What's going to happen in a year and a half? Is this a trend? This looks like a trend, because ESPN Plus has not raised their prices at all. I mean, and at least how long did they take for them to at least say, okay, we're going to be adding pay-per-view? But it's not going to affect the boxing at all. The boxing is not going to be pay-per-view on ESPN Plus. It's just the US. And the UFC is taking their pay-per-views and putting them on ESPN Plus at a discounted rate. So they were going to be pay-per-views one way or the other. So
yeah, they were. Yeah, and but still, you got to wonder how far away that is for ESPN to start charging for that. But everybody's kind of up in arms about this DAZN deal. Oh, I told you they were going to raise prices. Blah 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 blah. Look, here's the other part of that. DAZN's already in what do we say? How many countries now? And it's more than 7 because I saw them. I mean, we saw that list, and I gave you that list a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Are they? How many? Are they in 9 or?
It looked like quite a few. It looked like they were everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then remember we saw they were showing PBC events on DAZN, what was it in Germany? They had that Tank Davis fight on there and everything.
I thought they were in 9 countries, but I don't know. Yeah, I could be wrong.
We'll have to look it up again because I thought but they showed, and you may be right about the 9, but they showed everything, every sport imaginable is on there.
And here's another one of my concerns. Do you remember during the Mayweather-McGregor pay-per-view when the UFC was streaming that on their app?
Yes.
And the app crashed. So I'm just wondering, well, do they have the technology and the bandwidth to, like, say that they have a huge fight one night, and so many people are on it. Like, well, do they have the bandwidth to hold that? You know what I'm saying? Will the app crash? Is that stupid to say? I mean,
no, that's not at all. In fact,
is that a legitimate complaint? I mean,
that's a legitimate complaint, absolutely. But I think they're going to go through growing pains, just like any other platform does. Because you don't know how many people are going to show up there. You don't. I mean, it's the same with games, like Xbox or whatever. I mean, like with Madden or something like that. If you're playing Madden online, sometimes it crashes. And I imagine it was crashing quite a bit often when they first put the online portion on there. So, and D Style in the chat just said it's ridiculous to raise prices after 6 months. Well, first of all, they're not raising prices. If you already have it, you're grandfathered in for another year. Until March or May of next year, one of those. But the other thing is, too, what we forget is it's already the same price. This is an intro price. I mean, it was already like this overseas. It was already at $20 a month or whatever. So there you go. I mean, that's where it was. And so for them to raise it, it's not like, okay, it's not. I mean, again, if you pay the $100, it's $8 a month.
Yeah, but Eric, we're good for a year. What month did you sign up?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't remember.
So should we just end up just seeing if we could just pay the $100 now, or should we wait for the year to be up? What should we do?
I would wait for the year to be up and then pay the $100, because we're paying $9.99 now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really saving much. I mean, you're going to save
75 cents
at the most, maybe. You know what I mean?
75 cents. That's a lot, man. We can buy a couple drinks.
Well, hey, there you go. But yeah, and Carlton Palmer just brought up a good point. They complained about $99, but they paid $75 for Spence and Mikey. That's one card. Yeah. And you didn't even see the entire card. That's the other thing. You saw 4 of those fights, 4 or 5 fights on that card. You didn't even see the whole card with like DAZN. You're seeing the entire card. And that's why I don't know, man. I mean, you can't. Emmanuel Moreno just said he's going to pay $99 to get locked in. It's not getting locked in for what? It's It's like $8. And I know, and I see your point. Well, maybe I don't want to watch it. Listen, you don't have to. If you don't like all the fights on DAZN, listen, I like boxing. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I like boxing. So, yeah, and I hate to pay it for Ak and Barak also. But I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, I like boxing. I like watching all the fights. I'll probably watch the fights this weekend on DAZN. And I like the World Series of Boxing. Or World Series Super Series or whatever. Yeah. I like watching Anthony Joshua. I like watching the cards from England and stuff, But that's me.
I'm not going to lie, Eric.
Fit everybody,
I'm not going to lie, Eric. There's times when like the broadcast will go off at 2:00 and I'll be at the gym. Yeah. And I'll be on like a piece of cardio equipment, and I'll watch the fight while I'm working out. It's a great feature.
Absolutely.
It's a great feature, man.
It's awesome because, like I said, I mean, and, like I said, when you're on the treadmill or something like that, I mean, like you're at the gym and they have the TVs on and stuff, they never show boxing. But if like you have, boxing on your app or you're watching a game, it just puts you in a better mood. You know what I mean? I mean, you can work out a little bit better. I mean, at least I can. I don't know.
I'm just concerned of the future, if they're going to continue to raise prices, number one. And number two, are they eventually going to start saying, well, certain events you're going to have to pay pay-per-view for? Number three. And then I'm concerned about, the stability of the app when a lot of people are on it at once. How's that going to affect it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that, like I said, well, here's the deal. Like, I have it on my Xbox upstairs, okay?
Correct, yeah.
We have DAZN on the Xbox, and I don't think we have it on the PlayStation. We have it on the Xbox, though. So I got it on the Xbox, and I'll tell you, like, my dad has a smart TV down here, too. So he's got the app, like, right on his TV. And we watched a fight down here one time, and it was seamless. And it's not like my Xbox is actually hardwired in to the internet because my son does like the online stuff and everything like that. So it's actually hardwired in. But like my dad's TV is just on wireless. You know what I mean? And it was seamless. I mean, we watched a fight. There was no delays. Everything was good. I mean, I had it on upstairs and he had it on downstairs too. And it was all seamless. So, I mean, I found it to work well. Now, the one caveat is that when I don't find it to work well, what it is like when I'm on my laptop and I'm streaming it, a lot of times, like I'll get that little, that stutter. Or the pause, or I may have to restart it or something like that. Watch it for whatever reason. Watching it on the computer, I have an issue. But when I'm watching this on like the TV or through like the Xbox or something like that, I usually do all right.
I have it on my phone, and I Chromecast it from my phone onto my television set.
Yeah.
And every now and then I get a stutter.
Yeah. But I know, like I said, man, I know with mine, when it seems like when it's on the TV, I don't have any problem. But when it's on my laptop, that's when I seem to have a problem.
Okay.
So that's when I usually get issues with it. But I think it's. I mean, if you're a boxing fan, and I understand you guys not. Listen, man. Sometimes you only want to see Canelo, Triple G, or sometimes you only want to see. And Fight Doctor hit it on the head when he said, I'm only interested in Canelo and Triple G.
Yeah, that was my point in the earlier video I made. What if someone just wants to buy it for the months that have the fights that they like on, and they don't want to buy it the rest of the year?
Well, again, it goes back to the whole Costco theory, the whole Costco and Sam's Club theory. So, like, if I go and buy paper towels every week or whatever, and say they're $3 a roll. But at Sam's, I can buy, for $12, I can buy 24 rolls. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. I mean, it just depends on how much you're going to use it. Now if you buy a truckload of paper towels and are never going to use them, then it's not going to be worth it to you.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. But I like I said, man, 5 months in, they're raising the prices already. That's a red flag, because that looks to me like it seems to be setting a trend. And the more fighters they sign, the more price hike we're going to have to probably suffer as time goes on. And again, I'm just...
That's very true. And that, I mean, hey, it's just like anything else. It's supply and demand. The more popular an item becomes, the higher the price is going to go. Shout out to 78 Sports. 78, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. 78 Sports TV in the chat. When are you coming on, my man?
That's the general.
That's right.
The general.
When are you coming on, man?
That's the general.
Yeah, we want to have you, man. We want to have you on here, man.
Yeah,
salute. 78 Sports, salute. There you go. Smash the like button. So, yeah, man. He's free now. We're going to have to catch you, man. We're going to have to catch you on another time, man, when we get
He can call in. He can call in. He can call in now if he wants, though.
Yeah, call in.
You can call in. We got the number right there. You can call in if you want.
You can burn 870-3857, man. Call in.
You can burn for a bit if you want. It's up to you.
Absolutely, man.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I want to bring him on the panel, man, one time. Get his thoughts on some stuff,
Yeah, man.
Because it's kind of good, because like I said, we don't always agree on everything, but everybody brings different points. That's the nice thing, man. Is that everybody brings different points. So that's always good. It's always good. So what now? Look, let's see here. So this weekend, and then when's the big fight? It's March, April. When is the next big fight coming up, babe? Here we go. Go ahead.
May, right? Isn't it the
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Canelo Jacobs, right? That's
Canelo Jacobs, the next big fight, yeah.
Yeah. And then all three heavyweights, apparently Fury is fighting on June 15th. So, all right, let's 414. This might be 78. 414, you're live.
Hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing?
Hey,
what's going on,
man?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Thank you for the invite, man.
Is it 78?
Yeah, it's 78, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So we were talking about the DAZN price increase only after 5 months. It's doubled. and I'm a little skeptical about it. I'm kind of saying to myself, is that a sign of the times? Is that a trend going in the wrong direction already after 5 months doubling the prices? What's next? Does that mean every time they continue to sign big names, are they going to continue to hike the price up? And I mean, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing?
Yeah, I mean, they're using the old. It's a bad thing. It means they're in trouble. I think, personally, they're in trouble. They're using. It's like an old street trick. You come in with a product, and in order to drown out your competition, you lose money in the beginning. What the product on the street might be going for $325, and you sell it wholesale just to beat out all the competition. But once you think you've gotten the customers, you slowly start, jumping your prices up, and then people leave. They leave, and that's what's going to happen to DAZN. They're going to, it started off with a good concept, good idea, but they don't have the right people in place to sell this product to Americans. If you're selling it to Americans, you need some American people at the forefront who have experience in doing this, and you have to sign American talent. It has to be good American. Jesse Vargas is a good guy, but he's not going to do it. You need the Charlos. You need Deontay Wilder. You need Earl Spence. You need Keith Thurman. You need these guys to bring interest from the American fight fan to come over and fully support DAZN.
Okay. So the other thing that they're doing, too, is they're telling people that they can get it for $99 a year for the full year. So it basically works out to like $8.33 a month. So they're saving that way. But again, my whole point was if they don't want it on a particular month, if they don't like the fights that are going on for like the first 6 months of the year, and they only want to buy it for like the Canelo fights or the months that Canelo fights or the months that Joshua fights in, who's going to want to get locked in for $100? You know what I'm saying? So they're punishing people. Yeah, so they're punishing people and forcing people in for a whole year that aren't going to use it for a whole year. They're only going to use it for 4 months. So why are you going to pay a whole, $100 for a whole year when you're only going to use it for 4 months?
Yeah, but it's kind of the 2 for $1 theory.
Exactly.
What if I don't want 2 hamburgers? I only want 1, but it's 2 for $1. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys. Yeah. It's kind of the same kind. It's the same type of thing, man.
Yeah, man. And the whole thing with the Deontay Wilder situation was he was going to sign, supposedly, if he did sign, he would be contracted with them for 3 fights. But the elephant in the room is this. That still would not change things with Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua is still on a month-to-month first and last rights refusal. So unless when he signs that contract, Anthony Joshua signs something saying that I will fight him on the second fight or the third fight, then there's no guarantee he was still going to get Joshua in that contract. Now, people are assuming that would have been the case, obviously, but DAZN doesn't care one way or the other. They just want subscriptions, and I still believe that they were going to use Deontay Wilder to get subscriptions first, and then the Joshua would have been the cherry on top, if at all it happened, because unless Joshua put his name on some type of contract, he would not be bound to fight Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder would have been locked in there. So he could have fought Dominic Breazeale the first fight, and then he could have wanted to fight Joshua the next fight, and Joshua would have said, no, I don't want to fight him next. I want to fight a couple more fights. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they still could have turned around and said, hey, we're going to build it. They could have played the ESPN game and said, yeah, we're going to give him a couple tune-ups before we make the big fight. So that's the thing. And unless Joshua was going to sign something too, then there was no guarantee that fight was going to happen. It's just the truth. So that's the problem. That's one of the problems. Yeah, that's one of the problems I had with people just expecting Deontay Wilder to sign that without assurances that the Joshua fight was going to be included in it.
You don't think the Joshua fight would have been included with it?
We don't know because Joshua didn't sign anything.
No, Joshua for $100 million. You don't think he was included?
I don't know. They signed Canelo at 365, right? And we don't even know if he's going to fight Golovkin. We don't know that. Golovkin can say no.
Golovkin
he can say no, right?
Sure.
Anthony Joshua can say no because he hasn't committed. He hasn't signed anything. One guy will be signing a contract while the other guy's on a month-to-month first and last right refusal. He don't have to take it.
78. Do me a favor. Weigh in on this. Where do you stand on the Wilder contract situation and stuff like that?
On the Wilder contract situation, Wilder, it was a smart move not taking the DAZN offer. There was a lot of money to be offered to him up front, but ESPN also was making offers, and Wilder had other options as well. He's gonna get that anyway from Showtime in a few months here. But anyway, the problem with the DAZN offer was Al Heyman, Lou DiBella, Wilder's team basically already broke down the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight if it's done in America on American pay-per-view. And all the experts came back with a figure of $160 million upwards to $200 million in total revenue, okay? So that's what UK pay-per-view, American pay-per-view, and all this other stuff. So if they already have those numbers in their head, that's why they were eager to give Joshua $50 million if that's all it's going to take to make this fight. Because they had already done the numbers. All their experts said it's going to be $160 million to $200 million. So why would you sign a deal with DAZN to be locked into only making $40 million out of a fight that could possibly do $160, $200 million? Where's the rest of the money? So when Team Wilder brought this to DAZN and said, well, what's AJ going to make? Because we got our numbers here on what this fight can generate. What's AJ going to make? DAZN refused to answer, and they wouldn't tell him. So Team Wilder made the assumption DAZN must know how much money this fight is going to make, and I'm getting fucked. They're trying to give me $40 million, and AJ rides off into the sunset, with all this money in the bank. So they said, you know what? We'll stay where we at, and AJ says he's free to fight us on Showtime. He'll fight us on Showtime. We'll fight him as soon as possible, and, we'll split 50-50, a fight that could do $200 million. Wilder has no problem giving Anthony Joshua his fair share of the cut for what he brings to the table. But Eddie Hearn doesn't want Deontay Wilder to get his fair share of the cut because he wants something for himself. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a 50-50 fight?
Financially, yeah, at this point I do. I think
really?
It's a 50-50 fight at this point. Last year, I was in favor of Wilder getting 40% and AJ getting 60%.
Okay.
But Eddie Hearn came out and squashed that idea and said, Eddie Hearn said that Wilder wasn't worth 40%. But now this year, he's trying to offer Wilder the same 40%, and he turned down. He refused to give him last year. So it's just a ring around the rosy game. So Wilder got tired of being played with. He said, look, 50-50, I don't want to talk to you guys unless you come to me with 50-50 because you played too many games. You lied about when you would be available to fight. You said that Wembley wouldn't be available for me and Joshua, yet you're fighting Povetkin in Wembley. So all those little things that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom were doing, Deontay Wilder's just tired of it, and you don't want to play with him no more. 50-50, both of them going to make more money. They can make possibly fight each other one time. They can make more money than the whole DAZN contract was offering Wilder.
That's an interesting point. It's an interesting point. Do you think the fight happens?
Yes, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. And I actually think the fight's going to happen this year.
Really?
Provided, I think so, man. Provided they both stay undefeated and don't have to rematch anybody, I think the fight will happen later on this year. And if not later on this year, it'll be the first quarter of 2020. That's what I believe is going to happen. I think all of this, everybody getting all worked up about it, I think there's too much money on the table. It's too much money, too many smart people involved, too many money-hungry people involved. Everybody going to want their cut. They're going to make the fight going to happen. I think so, at least.
Eric, one thing everyone is totally forgetting about when they talk about the revenue for these fights. Mm-hmm. They sell the broadcast rights to several countries. And who do you think gets that money? You know what I'm saying? Like at the bare minimum, this fight, if it's a $160 million fight, $200 million fight, at the bare minimum, whatever, when all the pay-per-views divided up and everything, these guys are going to split at least $120 million between them at the very least.
When they sell those broadcast rights and everything, does the network get that? Do the fighters get? I don't know. And again, that's the
some of that got to go back to the fighters, man. Some of it does.
You would hope, right?
Because when Klitschko fought Joshua, the RTL, he had a deal with RTL too, and then he got some RTL money, that German pay-per-view.
But again, he had that deal, though. He had that deal with German pay-per-view. Reese Mack in the chat, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, if he took, at the least it's $120 million between the two of them in the first fight, right? So if he takes the $40 million, that's only 30%, and Joshua's getting 70. So if he took that $40 million, Joshua would probably be getting 70 or 80.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So that's a 70. That's a 70-30. That's a 70-30 split. Why should he take a 70-30 split? That ain't even 60-40. Go ahead, Cynthia.
This was the real deal breaker that nobody's talking about. The $40 million for the first fight. Okay, that's even that is okay, fine. The kicker is if Wilder beat Joshua.
Yeah, I said this.
The first time he still.
I said this.
He's only getting $40 million for the second fight. So Joshua gets paid 2 times more than Wilder, and people are saying Wilder should have took it. Wilder's stupid, he's ducking. Like unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
That's right, man. And that's the same problem Dillian White had. Dillian White wasn't trying to hear that either, man. He's like, if I beat this guy, you think I'm going to take the same that I got in the first fight in the second fight? No, nobody's going to do that, man. Nobody's going to do that.
But let me ask you this now. I don't know, what are the numbers being batted around for him and Brazil, him and Dominic Brazil? Because I've, in just Twitter banter and stuff like that, you've seen like 5 or 6 million. I don't know how much he's getting. I know it's not 20 million though.
Oh, Wilder?
Yes.
You mean how much? He's I can't say what he's getting, but I'll put it this way. ESPN offered him 15 for Brazil, and the DAZN offered him 20 for Brazil. Mm-hmm. Wilder's getting something in the middle.
Well, I thought they offered him 12 for. I thought they offered him 12 for some reason for Brazil.
I think Showtime is giving him this is what I heard, but I can't verify it. I heard he's getting 12.5 for Brazil. I heard Showtime matched it. I don't know. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. Sogo, thank you so much. Thank you so much in the chat, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you for that, bro. Thank you.
70, let me ask you a question. This is a question I've always wanted to ask you, and it's always confused me. All right. So what is the LDBC?
You said, what is the LDBC?
Yeah. What is, I know it's the Lions Den boxing. What is it? Lions Den boxing community, correct?
Yes. The LDBC is the Lions Den boxing community. It was started by me a few years back. The objective was, and still is, was to give boxing fans a place to talk about boxing without constant racist attacks, people constantly making us feel like we're wrong if we root for a black American fighter. Oh, you only like him because he's black. Oh, try to bully black channels into saying what they want them to say or disrespecting black fighters just because you say so in the comment section like they're doing now. The same usual suspects in the comments follow me everywhere I go and say the same stuff that they've always been saying because they're threatened by African Americans supporting African Americans. Okay, if we like a fighter who happens to be black, somehow that's racist. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez can say he's not fighting any Mexican fighters. Robert Garcia can say I have to ride with this fighter because he's Mexican, I'm Mexican. That's not considered racist. I don't think it is either. But they won't consider that racist. They won't consider it racist when Filipinos cheer for Manny Pacquiao and want nothing more than Pacquiao to destroy his opponent. When Puerto Ricans root for Puerto Ricans, there's no problem. When everybody jumps up and cheers for Vasyl Lomachenko and calls him #1 pound for pound, there's no problem with that. But if I say Deontay Wilder's the best heavyweight, oh, you're only saying that because he's black and you're black. So attacks like that is why the LDBC was formed. It all started really, it had been brewing for a long time, but the last straw was the hypocrisy, okay? I started off liking Gennady Golovkin. I was a big fan of Golovkin. I got plenty of videos on my page where I was promoting Gennady Golovkin and calling people out for ducking. And I had a motto: everybody get the same smoke, same standard for everybody. That was my motto. So while I'm calling these guys out, Danny Jacobs, Peter Quillen, Billy Joe Saunders, I called all of them out for ducking Golovkin. I noticed everybody laughed when I called out Danny Jacobs and Peter Quillen. When I got around to Billy Joe Saunders, I got attacked by a lot of white channels saying that I was attacking Billy Joe Saunders because he was white. Totally random, weirdo shit, okay? And to my knowledge, I thought Golovkin was white. But whatever. They said I was attacking Billy Joe Saunders because he was white, okay? So I started criticizing Golovkin for changing his tune on he's willing to fight anybody. He said he would move up to 168 to fight Carl Froch, but not Andre Ward. I had a problem with that. He said he'll fight anybody from 154 to 168, but then was turning down guys like Sandy Loa, the fighting guys like, the other guys who came up from 154. I had a problem with that. So the constant attacks and hypocrisy from boxing fans made us form the LDBC, and it was just a community. We support each other. We donate to each other's channel. We preach positivity, and everybody's welcome to be a part of that. If you are a boxing fan, you do not have to agree with everything the other person says. That's another lie that they tell about us. We disagree and argue with each other on a daily basis, but they want to create a narrative that the LDBC is a monolithic group and we all think the same way. It's total BS, but that's the gist of how the LDBC started and what it is.
Yeah, and we hear and that's, you hear a lot of negative stuff. I mean, you really do. I hear a lot of negative stuff about you guys, about the LDBC. B, do you hear the same stuff, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people, man, like 78's cool, man. I don't have to agree with everything he says. He don't have to agree with everything I said, but he's always been respect there, man. Always, And people say that I'm in the LDBC. Well, I'm cool with everybody in the LDBC, man. I mean, I have no problem with them. So, because if I say something that is in line with what they say, if we agree on a specific topic, like now they're saying that I'm just saying it because the LDBC is saying it, like I'm clout chasing. But I don't buy into it, man. I don't buy into it because it's so funny when people criticize one side because they're on the other side. But,
right.
I'm on the right side. That's what I'm on the right side. That's the side I'm on. They're on a side, and they're just on a side because they want to belong. They just want to belong, okay? Because they know they can't ride with the alphas, so the betas got to stay with the betas. That's what it's all about. Steel sharpens steel. Steel sharpens steel. Iron recognizes iron. These other guys are soft. I'm just saying they're soft. That's my opinion.
Indeed, man. Indeed. It's a lot of nonsense, man, that goes on. I mean, I'm used to it on YouTube. The guys in the comment section that are here, they continue to spread lies and propaganda, making up stories about me. They've been doing this for years because they want me to make a response video to them and get into an internet spat with them. And since I ignore them and I laugh at them, that just sends them into a rage. You know what I mean? So guys are talking about they got blocked. They'll say things like this. The LDBC blocked me because I said this. Well, who's the LDBC? The LDBC is like over 300-something channels that make videos, all right? Plus everybody in the comment section who support us. So what person blocked you? If one person blocked you, that's not the LDBC that blocked you. Okay, that's one person, one channel, blocked you because you pissed them off or you said something crazy. Stop spreading these lies that like the LDBC got together and had a meeting to block you, this one insignificant person in the world. Let's get together and let's have a meeting to block this guy. It's ridiculous.
But not only that, how in the hell do you expect to go on a black channel and drop N-bombs in the chat and not get blocked? Like, how do you expect that? How do you expect that to not happen? And then you're going to sit there.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't like that on this channel, you know?
We block people for anything like that, man. We block people in a second.
Right.
So, I mean, like, don't act stupid. Like, you're going to say something that you know you're not supposed to say, and then you get blocked, and you're gonna cry about it? Come on now.
And it's like somebody said, you know.
Right.
You guys are like a conglomerate of channels. I mean, it's not just one channel. It's a bunch of them, you know, like you said, what is it, over 300 channels? I mean,
it's a lot, man.
That's a lot. And, you know, so if one guy blocks you, it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? That's one channel.
And then you've got channels that have like a tenth of the subscribers that 78 has, and they know they only drop in his name because they're clout chasing. They know that. They already know that. So it's pretty obvious what's going on. You know? It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious.
I know you remember, Beeb, a few years back, there was a guy, I'll just call him PP. I know you remember him.
Yeah, I do. I have my problems with him, too.
That guy, he used to, he went through this, I don't know what happened to him. He used to be okay. I disagreed with him, but, you know, he was an okay dude at first. And then he had some type of, something happened to him in his personal life. And the guy just went on some racist tirade and constantly started making videos about white superiority and blacks not being the best athletes. Now, nobody was having this argument but him. He just came to YouTube one day and started making these arguments. And some of these same people that are in the comment section now saying that they dislike me used to be in this guy's comment section laughing and egging them on. And they think they're pissed off at me because I haven't forgotten. I still remember people like Carlson Palmer and the rest of them. I still remember you never changed your name. If you were smart, you would have changed your name and came back and reinvented yourself. But I still remember. So you can't go to PP's videos and these other guys and egg them on while they're disrespecting black people and calling them monkeys and this and that, and then come back and say that I'm a racist because I'm offended by it. So, you know, later for that nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
There's a group of them on there, and they said they made fun of me too. They made fun of my heritage too, man, because I'm Lebanese, and they made fun of my Arabic heritage too. So, you know, even when the whole Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather thing was going down, and I said Floyd Mayweather would beat Manny Pacquiao, and I said Manny Pacquiao should have took the drug test. I got slaughtered. I got slaughtered on the daily by all the Filipino fans. They would call me all types of names, tell me I should die. So I mean, it gets ridiculous on here, man. It gets ridiculous on here. So I think these people should be blocked because why are we going to entertain these guys? All they're going to do is come and troll, and they're going to say things that have nothing to do with the topic, and they're just going to just all going to be insults. It makes no sense to not block these guys. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Very good.
Right.
All right, 78. Hey, 78, tell me where can we find you? What's your Twitter handle? All that other good stuff.
Oh, man, you can find me right here on YouTube at 78SportsTV. You can find me on Patreon at 78SportsTV and on Facebook at Kevin Nash. I do have an Instagram at 78SportsTV, but I'm never on it. I'll probably start getting active on that pretty soon. And also, you can find me at www.ldbcsports.com. That's where I am. I'm not on Twitter. It's some guy, some fan created a 78 Sports TV Twitter page, and I've been trying to get it removed, but, you know, whatever.
Wow. Can you get that back or anything? Or, I mean, yeah, I would imagine you should be able to get that removed.
Twitter about it. Yeah, I've contacted Twitter about it. They asked me to send my ID identification. I did that, and nothing's happened so far, so I'm waiting to hear something back from them.
Yeah, because they can't, that's one of those things, they can't do that stuff, man. So, all right, 78, man, we appreciate you taking time out to be on the show, man. We really do. We're trying to get you on here for a while, man. Glad we could do it tonight. It's impromptu.
Hey,
interview,
man. Yeah, it took so long, man, because I noticed you guys go on when I'm on, and I was like, oh, damn, how am I going to do this? But then today I saw you guys were still on when I got off, so I said, let me hit them up now, you know?
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's what we got. You're the one that does a smash the like button, right? You smash the like button when you come in?
No, he does. Blue Blood does it too. Blue Blood does it too.
Blue Blood, him and Blue Blood, or just Blue Blood?
He did. I think 78 did it first, man. But Blue Blood does it too.
Because I take all my stuff from somebody else. I know.
Yeah.
All right, 78, man. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man, for your time.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
Absolutely,
all right,
man.
Thank you, man.
Go check him out. Whether you like it, whether you agree with him, whether you don't agree with him, it doesn't matter, man. It's all content. It's all entertaining. And it's always good to get a different perspective on things, man. It just is what it is. It's always good, man. Just to say, hey, look, let's talk about something, let me get your opinion. Beeb and I are always on opposite ends on a lot of topics.
Always.
Man. But that's what makes it fun. It's never personal. It's never, So,
it is what it is. It is what it is, man. This fight's going to he said the same thing I said. This fight's going to happen. What did I say? It's going to happen at the end of the year or the beginning of next?
You sure did. You said the same thing.
Because they know. Where else can they go? Either guy, where else can they go? It's going to be on Showtime. This is my prediction. It's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. It's going to be a 50-50 split. And the DAZN's going to get the rebroadcast rights. And that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. Guys, if you're watching the channel right now, we got a lot of people watching, and hit the like button, man. Smash that like button.
Smash that super chat. Like button.
That's right. Dwayne M., thank you so much. Sogo, thank you so much. SEM Serrano, thank you again, man. Reese Mack, Corey Lee Boxing, Notorious VC, Aaron Daly, and EM Serrano. We had a couple of them too. So does Sogo. We appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much, man. It really means a lot to us. So we definitely appreciate it. And smash that like button, man. Like they say, smash it. Beeb, anything else before we shoot out of here?
No, man, this was fun. And again, people, and a lot of you guys, when you read the title, you said, oh, Beeb's going to go at it again. But
Notorious is killing you in the chat earlier.
And it's no hard feelings, but I wanted to come back on and let Eric give his perspective. Yeah. So you just didn't hear my side. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
78 getting roasted in the chat, man. These guys, a lot of these guys don't like him. He gets a lot of love though on his
but he's got a lot of love too, man.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of love.
Yeah. And it's not about and we've asked him to be on the channel before, and that's what we said. I mean, I wanted him on the channel. I want a lot of people on the channel. You know what I mean? It's like we want to get like everybody who does podcasts, who does popular podcasts, who does anybody, that you guys listen to. We want to get them on, man. We want to get them on and interview them and talk boxing with them. Steve Kim, Mike Montero, 78, anybody, man. So that's what we want to do, man. We just want to give you guys some good shows, man. Some good shows. Now, coming up Wednesday, let's talk a little bit about this before we jump off here, Beeb. Coming up Wednesday is I believe it's Hixo. Beeb, is that correct? I believe it's Hixo.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Hixo. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but these guys, it's like this is a product. And, obviously we don't like, we usually don't do anything on products. I mean, you've heard us talk about the Cody boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different, man, because not a lot of times in boxing do you get like gadgets. You know what I mean? Because it's usually like the bag and you're hitting stuff and everything. But these are they're punch counters, and they fit on your hand wrap. You wrap them up, and you're in your hand wraps. They're inserted into your hand wraps. You can barely feel them or whatever. You put the gloves on, and it counts your punches, and it also counts like the velocity. It's really, really neat. And I wanted to have these guys on. We're gonna have a couple guys come on Wednesday to talk about it. and they're going to talk about the mechanics behind it and stuff like that, and what you can do with it and that kind of thing. And they got a couple different products that I thought that maybe you guys, because let's face it, I mean, a lot of people who listen, they do a lot of boxing. We go to the gym, we hit the bags. Some of you guys box out there for, some of you guys actually are out there boxing amateur and stuff like that. So, I thought it would be kind of cool because we're all guys. We all like gadgets. So, yeah, there you go, man. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this on Wednesday, and we're trying to run some other guys down. But in the meantime, we got our big show on Sunday, so make sure to tune in for that. And I tell you what, man, we've been rolling out shows. Beeb has been doing an amazing job each day, is getting shows put together and everything, and just going on the fly when news happens. I mean, it's almost like a CNN kind of thing anymore. I mean, Beeb's on the case, man. When
trying to
Beeb
get it
gets
done,
news, man. When news comes down, Beeb is right there. And a lot of times, if I can't jump on it with him, he does a solo show, gets the news out to you guys, man. So definitely, make sure you're subscribed. And check it out. Make sure you're subscribed on iTunes, and that way we can get all the shows to you and everything like that. But I've been doing a great job there, Beeb, and I want to let you know, man.
Thank you, Eric.
For sure.
And before we do go, I wanna give a shout out to Wingy Boxing, because Wingy Boxing, I don't know if he still watches the show. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
It's his favorite.
He probably. I'm hoping he does. But if you're out there, Wingy Boxing, I just want to give you a shout out, and I want to just tell you, man, I hope everything's well, and I wish you the best. And we miss you, brother. We miss you, brother. And we understand. We understand what happened, like why you had to do what you did. And I support you, man. And if you ever need anything, man, hit me up, man. I'm here for you, brother. We miss you, though.
Absolutely, man. We're always here for you.
Shout out to Wingy Boxing.
Absolutely. And I think it's Wingy's birthday coming up soon, if it's not already passed, but it's very close to around this date. So, Wingy, if you're listening, happy birthday, man. We appreciate you. And we appreciate all you guys in the chat, man. Thank you so much for coming out. And we will catch you soon, all right?
All right, guys. Take care.